the Klingons push forward. Now they're going to just go guts out and try to make this thing happen. This unit is going to move here, which is 2 movement points, and then here. The opportunity fire guys can shoot at them. They're going to shoot, they're going to ignore the woods or ignore the shot in the woods and take the shot at this point because it's a better shot. They got a 6, which is a stun, but because it creates a beaten zone, they get to shoot at the other 2 guys. There's a 4, which is a kill. That guy's gone. And here's 2 more, which is a 7, which is another stun. So this flank of the Klingon attack has sort of not worked out as well as you expected. The Klingons are going to move this guy all the way up. Nobody can shoot at him because these 2 guys don't have opportunity fire, and this guy's already fired in the other direction. Now this Klingon unit is going to move through the town and move right on up to this position. This guy here has an option. He can use what's called a snapshot. That's actually using his next turn's fire and would allow him to shoot at one of these guys. It won't create a beaten zone, but it might keep him from being obnoxious. So he goes ahead and shoots. He gets a 4, and I'll show you on the chart, a 4 is a kill. So the Klingons have already taken 20% casualties. That guy has now fired. This platoon is going to move up to here. 2 movement points for the woods, their 3rd movement point for the open terrain. This guy will now fire. He's going to fire his snapshot. He gets a 6. That stuns one of the Klingons. Not a whole lot of good, but did some. This engineer unit, which was up there, is going to move on forward. He can't move into this hex because that would create an overcrowded hex. He doesn't want to do that, so the engineer unit will just move over here. Actually, he's not going to do anything. He's going to stay in the woods because if he moves out there in the open, he's going to get shot. The feds can put this guy back on opportunity fire if they wanted to, but they're not going to. They're going to actually, on their turn, have him shoot. They're going to have him shoot that guy. We roll a 9, which is a stun, so there will be no Klingon attack against this guy. This guy, however, is vulnerable to attack from these 2 guys. They've got a number of choices. They could do a fire attack. They could shoot their rifles at the feds, or they could do a close assault. They're going to do the close assault. One of them is going to close assault. The other one's going to support. This guy could fire, but you can't shoot to support a close assault, and he's too far away for a close assault. You could have these 2 guys shoot and this guy also shoot, but the close assault gives you a bonus, and we're going to use it. So these 2 will close assault him. There's a 6. Now that goes to a 7 because you're attacking uphill, but it drops to a 5 because of the 2 bonus for close assault, which is going to kill this fed unit. Under the rules, these 2 guys are now allowed to advance forward and occupy that hex. At the end of their turn, the Klingons will turn all of their stunned units back right side up. All right, I forgot them. Turn him back up. These 2 guys could have fired at the guy on top of the hill. So there's a 4, which would be a kill, except shooting uphill, it drops to a 6 because it's twice as high a hill. It stuns that guy. These guys would be turned upside down, but they're not going. I'm turning them back over because it's the end of the Klingon turn and he's recovering. We'll end the demonstration there. We've shown you all kinds of tantalizing clues. This guy back here with the big bazooka, who's unfortunately upside down, is a heavy weapons unit. Start of the next turn, he's actually going to fire indirect fire on one of these Federation units because one of these Klingon units will manage to not get shot up, and it will do spotting fire for the indirect attack. Think of it as a mortar. Here we have our glorious Klingon leader who is leading from, well, not the front, but you know Klingons, devious guys. This is Amarillo Design Bureau. This has been a few clues about what Starfleet Marines is going to look like. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll have more later. Thank you for your attention.